Jaden subscribers. Welcome to my new YouTube channel. I am so happy to show everyone my culinary dream and my cooking skills. This is my first video of many. I am getting ready to prep my mom's lunch for the week. Okay, so I'm gonna be making her breakfast first. Okay, so first I have to chop up the spinach and the mushrooms and all the vegetables. So I have black spinach right here. First you have to wash up the spinach. You have to work on your portion and put that to the side. Let that drain for a minute and let the water drain out. Then I have to prep the mushrooms. I'm going to use that to dry it off, and I'm going to dice the mushrooms. So you top your spinach together, then you cut off the stems. And you roll it. And then you cut them, and they'll come out just like a ribbon. And before you start the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Okay, so this is the last of the spinach, and I will start doing the tomatoes and the onions. And before you do the tomatoes, make sure you always wash them and cut the middle part. And since this is all raw vegetables, I'd rather wipe everything off before I start on another one, just for safety purposes. Look at it. Okay, so this is how I do the tomatoes. So I'm going to be using this right here. So this onion is a white onion. You can use any onion you want, but my family likes white onions. Peel off the skin. We're supposed to whisk it, basically. Then take it off. You go like this and just slide it. It comes right off. Comes right off. Okay, so you cut it first, and then whatever excess is left, then you do that. So this is where it bleeds at, right here. So you don't cut right here. You cut all the way on the outside. Whenever you're dicing, cut like this, because that's where it bleeds at. You come like that. Take that off. That easy. Take this second layer off. There you go. Haven't cried yet. So you always move that out the way so you don't cross-contaminate. You put that onion right there. You come like right here. You're good. Okay, so just right here, I'm cutting this. You have to preheat. So you preheat it on 375, and then it'll preheat for about 15 minutes, and then you start it. So right now you can move all of this out the way, and you can start putting everything together. So right now I'm going to be using this dish pan that I'm going to mix everything together. It says mix everything together with all the seasoning. We're just using salt and pepper because, like you said, you're trying to lose calories. You put everything together, you whisk it, and then you put it in. So I'm going to coat the pan that I'm using with olive oil. Then you're going to take 10 eggs. So take them, crack them on a flat surface, not on a sharp surface, because then it'll break the yolk. And you never want a broken yolk unless you break it yourself. pinch of salt and a few small taps of pepper. So no more than this much salt, because you don't want it to be, you want your sodium low and not high. Then the pepper, so you go about 5-6 shakes, because a lot doesn't come out. But if you're using the spoon, no more than 1/4 of a teaspoon. So this is about enough. You will start adding stuff in. No, let's start measuring stuff. That's what we need to do, is measure. Okay. So 1 cup of spinach. So you wash this out. You do 1 cup of spinach. You always have to fill it up, because you don't want it to be too much or too less. So I did basically exactly 1 cup of spinach, and I so thought about that. I measured right. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing 2 cups of spinach. So 2 cups. Right now, while this is draining, you can start putting everything else in. So you put we already put the eggs in, and the additional toppings like mushrooms and all of that. So you're gonna put that in like now. You put onions, you add all of your addition. You can just put it together like this and just dump it in basically. So you always clean as you go, so you don't have a big mess at the end. So then this is how it's gonna look. Okay, so that was just the oven preheating. So this is how it's gonna look right now. It's kind of like this. So this is how it looks right now. Basically, this is what it looks like. And then I'll show you the finished product after I whisk it, and the finished product after it finished baking. So you whisk it together. And you don't want too much eggs in there, because that's what you don't want as much protein, but you do want it to be healthy. So you're basically making, it's a kind of like an oven baked frittata, basically, but a casserole at the same time, because you're cooking in the oven. So you put this together now, and this is what it looks like when it's whisked. So now you're going to bring your right here, and then you dump it inside. And it should come up to about 2 inches, if that. Then you use this and you smaller that, because you want all your portions out. You don't want it too much or too less. So you can roll this out. And then, okay, so I'm gonna put it in the oven. Hey guys, this is the finishing product of the vegetable frittata, and all we have to do is cut it up into 6 portions, and we'll be set. And all we have to do is cook the lunch, and we'll be all good. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of the meal prep for my mom, and this time I'm gonna be doing her lunch. So first, I'm going to need to do the tomatoes and the cilantro to cut them up. Okay, so basically I will be making shrimp chicken for 2 days. It's gonna be coming with corn, cilantro, lime rice, with minced garlic. Yep, that's about it. I'm gonna start cutting up everything that I need. In a few minutes after I start putting everything on, I'm gonna start cooking the rice. And it's instant rice, so all you have to do is boil the water and take it off the heat and put the rice in for about, and just stop until it's ready. So I'm gonna start setting everything up so I can start cooking it. Okay, so the tomatoes. Okay, so I am done cutting up all the tomatoes, and you can wipe the surface down right now. So we're gonna start preheating the stove at 6 so we can put the shrimp and the chicken on. Now, for the shrimp, we're gonna put that on first because that's gonna take the longest, and then the chicken is already pre-cooked. So for the seasonings for the shrimp, we're gonna need garlic, we're gonna need cumin, chili powder, onion powder, that's about it. Oh, and cayenne pepper and garlic. yeah, that's all the seasonings that you're gonna need for the shrimp. And some of this if you need it. It's really durable, it's really good. Now we're going to be getting ready for the garlic. So right now the garlic, we are going to season, we're gonna put garlic inside of the shrimp while we're cooking it because it gives it that earthy flavor. When the shrimp is on, once the chicken goes on, then we're gonna start cooking the rice. And after that, we can put everything together and we'll be good. So I'm back with the garlic. I got all the skin off. All I have to do is cut it and mince it. And the stove for the shrimp is preheating right now. And once that gets to a good temperature, then I'm gonna put the garlic in and let that brown for a minute. And then I'll season the shrimp and I'll put them in for about 5 to 6 minutes and they should be cooked. Take your hands. You have to be clean. You have to wash them right after so you don't cross-contaminate. You just come in and move it around. Then with your other hand, you add in the garlic with it. With your shrimp. And you move it around with both hands. Okay, there we go. So, wash your hands. And then you add in your shrimp. And right now you can be basically cutting your limes and your cilantro so you can start your rice. So the limes, you're gonna cut the limes up. You're gonna you're gonna have 3 limes for one, and then you're gonna have 1 lime squirt on there. So we're using this lime to squirt on the rice. Right now we're getting it prepped. Clean knife, you have to get a clean knife. And then we're good. So, take this, and you take it. You're gonna squeeze all of this in your rice. And there's no such thing as too much lime, basically, because lime is delicious. Like that. Right now, you can put that to the side. And since this is going together and the lime can be raw and cilantro can be raw, we don't really have to wipe off the board. So you're going to take your bulk of cilantro. And you can basically just take it off. Like this, you can get a bulk of cilantro. And you don't need really that much to eat this much, really. Not even half of it. You put it back in there. And cilantro tastes just like salsa, so you really, if you like salsa, you like cilantro. So you take your food scissors and you just cut it. You don't want on the stem as much, so you want them to be separated. And you're gonna put it on top of your stuff, on top of your dish, and you're gonna put it inside of your rice. So inside of the rice, you're probably not gonna want it on the stem, but once you sprinkle it on top of your stuff, you never know. But let's go check on our shrimp. Our shrimp should be almost done by now. Okay. Okay, so the shrimp will be done in about 2 minutes. And right now you can turn it up. You just don't want too much olive oil burning inside. And after this, you'll put in the chicken. So as you can see, we have containers that we pack them up in. It's the perfect portion size, and that's how you can do it. So we're good for right now. All we have to do is set everything else. And for the corn, we're just going to simply put it in here. Simply put it in here. Put it in for about 30 seconds. Oh, it's already good. Hold on. It's very good. So we're going to look at the recipe and see how we're going to set this up. So, for this, you put the rice on first. Okay, so we are good. So now we're do the black beans. So these black beans are canned. You just open them, simply come out. And you're gonna wash them, so yeah, so you come in. Okay, so you come in, you pour our juice out. And you come in and you come out, pour our juice out. Okay. Okay. So we're checking our shrimp. And you don't want to overcook them because once you put them in the microwave, then they'll be good. So right now you just press them. If they go like that, then you know they stay a few more minutes. After that, they'll be good. Keep cooking them. They're good. So there's black beans. You just have to wash them out. So you wash them out. You always want to wash them out, especially if they're in the pan, so you don't get. Okay. And they're already cooked. They're pre-cooked. And once you warm them up, all you have to do is eat them. So that's the reason we're not testing them by putting them in the microwave. So right now, this is good. So all we have, once we get the rice set, we can start plating and putting everything inside. So the portions always count. So right now, your shrimp is done. So you take it, you just put it inside your bowl until you get ready to serve. Which is quite easy. And then right now, you can put your chicken on. So you're gonna add a little bit more olive oil because the olive oil soaks the shrimp up, you know. And then you're gonna let it go. And then, so you keep it on the same temperature and you put in your chicken. And now I'm gonna start making your rice, because after you start making that, then your whole dish is done. So for this, you are going to need your rice and water. So we already have the water heated. All we have to do is start heating. We have it measured. All we have to do is put it heated up. So we're gonna let it boil for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna put the rice in, and we're gonna take it off the heat. And once that gets done, we can start putting stuff together. And then once it cooks, that's when we're gonna put all the cilantro and the lime and all of that inside. So the chicken, you do not need to season because it's already pre-seasoned, because it's fajita chicken. And the shrimp, you're good with that. So we're gonna see how to put this, and we put rice under it. So let's see. Okay. So, okay. Alright, so we can go in and put everything. Alright, so we can start putting stuff together. So, for 2, you're going to use the shrimp. So, right now you can move everything out the way that you don't need right now. We're going to start putting stuff together. So this. So for this. So for, okay, so we're gonna need the cup mostly. The cup is what we're gonna need. So you rinse that out because we've already used that most of the time. So for right now, we're gonna do the corn and the shrimp. Okay, so right now you're gonna take a spoon and you're gonna put in the measuring cup. So right now, I'm currently looking for a spoon, and that'll be good. All right, here we go, right here. Right here. Okay, so right now, we need to take the black beans, and we measure them. For each one, you get 1 cup for each one, so you have to count it out. So we're gonna put black beans on everyone, so we have to be really lenient with the black beans. So There's 1 cup right there. One cup. So, there you go. Okay, so I'll be back. The chicken is currently done. So we can take that off the heat and we can put it in its bowl. Now, all we're waiting on is our rice. We're about to put the rice in now. Here, 2 seconds. And then you don't want the chicken to all the way because I'm gonna warm it up. So we're gonna put everything together over here where you can see everything. So this is the finished product. As you can see, the shrimp is on the left and the chicken is on the right. As you can see, I put a lime right here just in case you need to, alter your lime in your dish. And the rice is under. So this will be it for the mom meal prep. See you next time.